Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We join our adventuring party in the blighted village inside of Act 1. Funny enough, the goblins here have been the most welcoming creatures we have come across so far. At least that's what Gale told us. He saw the ambush on the way in and ended up talking them down, and we've been walking around this place totally free. In the last episode, I showed you guys where to get the bracers of defense for our monk, allowing him to have an extra 2 AC, bringing his AC up to 18. But there is another item right here in the blighted village that Clark really wants. It's right here in this chest. It is locked. I already had Astarion pick the lock. If we click on it, we find the Haste Helm. At the start of combat, the wearer gains momentum. This is going to give us an extra 5 feet of movement for the first 3 turns of combat, allowing us to get in position and get to our enemies quickly. Get in the habit of checking your AC every time you equip something. This is not armor, but some helmets are armor. So we still have our 18 AC. We are totally fine, although I'm going to show off that beautiful bald head of Clark's. We're not hiding that thing. However, that's not the only helmet I'd like to have. I think we're going to get into some trouble with some ogres here, boys. Lae'zel's going to go in first, and we'll just see how this starts off. I think we're in relatively good position. He's just eating a hand.
Tastes like chicken. No chicken. Tastes like fish.
If he isn't missing HP, I'm going to be upset.
Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. What surprise is this? Brothers, look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger, be you friend or food. The mark is her measure. Show us the brand of the absolute.
I do not have the brand. I'm going to say I bear no such brand.
Food? Food? Food.
Well, that was quick. Wow, okay. I didn't know it was going to be that abrupt. They just jumped right into that, didn't they? Well, it appears as though the roof of this building is weak. I've never shot at this before, so I don't know if it's going to hit Lae'zel, but there is a cracked support beam over here. Astarion sees it, and he's going to fire off a bolt? No, he has a bow. He's going to fire off an arrow towards it. Nice! Great, dude. Great. Good. Okay, wonderful. That went perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead and end that turn. I kind of don't know what I want to do on Clark. You know what? He's just going to run in. We're going to try a toppling flurry of blows. If this works, we're going to see this ogre hit the ground. There we go. Perfect. Now with our main action, we're going to swing with our weapon and hit him for 10 damage. Clark has 18 AC. He should be relatively safe up here. At least that's what we're thinking. Oh God, he rolled at 22. Now this is something that Astarion has because he is a bard. We can use our bardic inspiration, which we only have 3 per day right now, to reduce the attack roll of this by a 1d6. So he rolled at 22. We're gonna have to get a 5 to make him not hit me. So he still did. For 17 fucking damage! 17! We are going to, man, I wish I cast Blade Word before combat started. We're just gonna move in. Big old swing, that's gonna hit for 16. Let's make our bars a little bit bigger. We're also gonna action surge here and send it one more time. I would cast Heat Metal on this guy to make him drop his weapon, but you may have noticed his weapon, not made of metal. Well, what I thought was going to be a really good start has my monk in a dire position already. We are going to use one of our spell slots to shield us from this attack, so we just don't take any damage there. Chalk is going to slowly stand up on his turret, very slowly. Is he going for a swing? He's sending it on Lae'zel, but lucky for us, does miss. I am going to cast Crown of Madness Target must be a humanoid. What are these? Just giants. Okay, I don't think I have any bonus protection versus giants. Let's go ahead and just hit him with a firebolt then. Straight to the back. We'll continue to focus Chalk here. Beautiful hit. 12 damage. Critical strike comes out. Very happy to see that. Very, very happy. Because Lump the Enlightened hit us so hard, we're going to use Vicious Mockery.
Fit for letter writing.
That's it. We're good. That's good. I could have Bardic Inspirationed. I just wanted to give him disadvantage on attacks against me. Unfortunately, we don't have any more key points. And we've split our damage pretty evenly here. I should probably... I'm just going to focus Chalk here. Try to get him down because he has the lowest HP right now. We are going to see an arrow be thrown. Vicious Mockery coming in huge there, not allowing him to connect. We are going to see Lae'zel swing, connecting for 12 damage, and that's going to end her turn. The ogre behind her goes for a swing. I think it's going to hit no matter what. We're just going to let it happen. It was an unarmed attack, so it was only 5 damage. We got a miss there, but still somehow took 4. That's kind of bizarre. That's extremely bizarre. So, what we could do here is maybe some kind of tactical retreat. We could try to fall back. I think what I'm going to do instead is summon in the Flaming Sphere on the other side of these guys, and we'll start dealing damage to the other 2. Unfortunately, Clark's going to have to stay on the ground right there for at least a moment. Now, this Flaming Spear can move and attack on its own. It's basically a pet that Gale summoned in. So we're going to use that to attack. Needed 10, they rolled a... So I can lower his roll on the save and make sure that it does indeed connect. And we're going to see 7 damage as a result of that. We'll go ahead and end our turn. Now, Astarion and Clark are on the same turn order. So this is what we can do. Healing Word onto Clark. I like how everything is done with his instrument now. I think that's sick. That's a bonus action. For our main action, we're going to give Lump the Enlightened disadvantage again. Then we're going to move back into our corner. Now, Clark is going to... Oh, I don't have any key points. I was hoping I could bonus action disengage. That is not the case. So we're going to hope that we don't die. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to stand there and hope. We don't have an action because we were just res. That arrow slings its way over to Gale. We do see some flaming damage hitting Lump the Enlightened. We are once again going to swing for Chalk. Lae'zel lands that blow for 29 damage and solidifies our momentum in this fight, especially if they keep focusing Clark. We're going to be A-okay. 5 more damage being done. She retaliates as he moves away from her. Perhaps the 4 damage I took was from the acid on the ground earlier. Firebolt hits for 8. We're going to end Gale's turn and then attack with his fiery spear, hitting for another 3, and that's going to end that turn. Yeah, he just took 6 acid damage, but he's not even in the acid. Did you see that? Astarion is going to try to end the ogre before he ends our monk. Firing off his bow, we hit for 5. Then our monk turns, connects for 4. Unarmed strike. Oh, misses the target. So that means we're probably going down again. Lump the Enlightened. Oh, we are going to shield that. Absolutely. Didn't work. Yeah, it said it was a miss, but we still took another roll of acid damage, just like before. What I'm going to do here is try to do a cleave on Lae'zel to hit both targets. Perfect hit. We love to see that. And then we're just going to crowd this guy and make sure he doesn't move away from us. Use our bonus action for a second wind. That's going to give us 9 HP back. Think of that as like a free potion. We're seeing Slam being used. We're going to shield ourselves from that. I think we're going to rest soon, so I don't mind using some spell slots here. The final of the ogres is still on the move. Gale lost his turn and lost the flaming sphere concentration. Let's try to get him back up. He might take some damage from that poison yet again. And we're going to Vicious Mockery Fank, so he has disadvantage on his attacks. Now we see Clark move in with a big ol' hit with the staff for 7, following that up with another strike for 8. That unarmed attack doing more damage than my main weapon. Now, eventually, my vision for Clark is that he's not going to use a weapon at all. Eventually, he's just going to be using his fists as lethal killing machines. But we're not quite there yet. Actually, we're only a few levels away from that. I'm going to keep giving this guy disadvantage. I know I can deal more damage just by attacking, but we're just going to keep that vicious mockery going. And this is kind of a cool feature for bards that I haven't showed you guys yet. We can do a performance in combat. You hear that background music? It fades away. And Astarion provides our music for the fight now. I think that's really cool. We still have a swing here. We're going to take it, and then an unarmed strike soon after. That unarmed strike does miss. On Lae'zel's turn, she swings, connecting for 14 damage. The slam happening again. Is that an AoE? If it is, I'm screwed. Luckily, it did miss. Firebolts onto Fank. Connects for 6. And we're going to let Astarion keep playing as Clark goes in for the swing. Well, haven't fought those ogres in literally years. Wasn't sure what to expect, but we came out on top of that. The main reason I wanted to fight them was because of the warped headband of intellect. This was nerfed from early access. It used to give 19 intelligence, so literally like 1 below cap.
Not to make spectacles.
And it sets your intelligence there. So if your intelligence is higher, it's still going to set it at 17. So this is not an item that's useful for Gale. This is an item that's useful for Lae'zel. Now, I did, funny enough, think about just giving this to Clark. Originally, my idea for Clark is that he's like a superhuman. Like, he wants the best rolls on everything, every stat he could possibly get. And the more I talk about it, the more I like it. Just totally enhancing his prowess. I mean, he just went from an 8 intelligence all the way up to, I don't know how to say it, all the way up to a 17. I mean, that feels kind of cool. Is that particularly helpful? No, it's not, but we're going to keep it anyway. We have slightly higher rolls on things. I like that. Wait, he has a diary. I'm very curious. The triumphs and travels of Lump the Enlightened, Day 1. Now that I see truth, I can scarcely remember a time before. At first, I thought it's the human, thin flesh that bestowed this gift, but I've come to believe it to be the circlet that she wore. There was crunch in that shoe. The goblin boss, Drow Ragslin, made a tantalizing proposal. Spare any prey bearing the new god's brand, but feast on the rest. He offered considerable coin in return. Did you spend all the coin? Can I still sound the horn? Is it just a useless... Does it just make noise? There is a way that you can basically bribe them or even pass some charisma checks, I think, to get those guys on your side and have them assist you in a fight. As long as you use that in Act 1, that's all you need to do. I'm giving the haste helm to Lae'zel. It's still pretty good, don't you worry. I just like the idea of becoming a super Githyanki. Having fantastic stats all around, I really enjoy that. We're going to take a short rest, but we're still pretty beat up. This day's kind of winding down by the looks of things. Let's approach this. Let's see what happens.
Look at him fly! Look what we got here! Another little birdie wanting to fly! Stop this thing! Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you, hope you got a stomach for heights.
Was that a threat? Was that a threat? What are you doing?
What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here pipsqueak to fly.
Let me rephrase that. Why are you doing this?
'Cause it makes me laugh.
Ugh. And just when I thought our relationship with the goblins was going okay, this is kind of mean. This is kind of messed up. I don't want to kill every goblin, but this one sure is doing something that I don't like.
Whoa, quick, get him!
He didn't seem like he was expecting that response. And I think these guys are going to have a significantly harder time hitting me than that ogre would. Because we short rested, we have all of our key points back, so we can do a toppling attack here, knock him down, and then follow that up with a swing of our staff. That is the goblin boss for this group, taken down immediately. Wow. Well, no, I don't hate all goblins. I just kind of hate these goblins. Astarion is going to be able to go right away, so let's cast Dissonant Whispers for the first time. This should frighten a target, but also deal damage. 65% chance to hit that tracker, but their health is so low. Oh, this one up here on the high ground, that's a good one. Frightened and took 10 damage, so they're not going to be able to attack us, and hopefully they will be moving away. That ends Astarion's turn as well as Clark's turn. We're going to see Lae'zel run it down. Goblin Tracker taken down. Can we action surge and keep the momentum going? You bet we can. Oh, but unfortunately, that next attack did miss. Let's go ahead and do a Pommel Strike, just to get a little bit of damage out there. I think we could have made that guy off balance, too, and that would have worked. Do you think Crown of Madness works on dogs? No, only humanoid enemies. So I am going to unend Clark's turn and just mosey him over here just a tiny bit.
The dice rolling.
Then we are going to use Crown of Madness on this Goblin Tracker, which is going to cause him to attack the nearest ally to him. And it looks like the Crown of Madness did work. So we see some shots coming down from the high ground. 6 damage done to the back of his friend. Ooh, a Goblin Devout. That's who we did not kill, and we see blessings going out already. More blessings as another Devout tries to save this situation. Now, these gnolls coming in are going to have a higher chance of hitting us. Clark is at 10 HP. We're going to do another toppling attack onto the Goblin Devout. That takes them down, and that removes the blessing as well. I'm going to try a topple. If it connects, he'll be knocked prone. Unfortunately, that did not work out for me. Lae'zel trying to remove the source of that blessed does not connect with the attack. Before I end Clark's turn, we need to make sure we're positioned here, because this Goblin Tracker is going to attack the closest enemy. We don't want that to be us. We'll end his turn. Astarion! You could do it again, right? It's not a concentration. So we already have Dissonant Whispers on this guy. He's still frightened. Let's do it again. Cast it on the Goblin Tracker to the left of Lae'zel. That was a one-hit kill. I like that spell quite a lot. That's really cool. Let's go ahead and just heal ourselves back up. This will bring us to max HP for sure. We're going to rest after this encounter. I'm not super worried about it. We will fire off a fire bolt onto probably the caster up top. Take them down. This guy will attack the warg. Perfect shot. Thank you, friend. We're seeing Sacred Flames being used on Lae'zel over here on the left side. Ooh, big damage. Both wargs hitting for 10. Lae'zel, totally fine. Clark, on the other hand, completely taken down. Now, do we wait? Maybe? Do we wait? No, I think we just do a ranged attack right now. Crown of Madness is still in play. I'm going to shoot the warg. Hopefully this guy will shoot the warg too. Lae'zel's going to swing on the Devout. Finally connecting and removing the head from the neck that it rested upon. That warg is crowding us. Gale, what are you thinking? That's your concentration, so we can't get rid of that. I'm just going to hit the warg. Critical miss with the firebolt. Ooh. 6 damage being done. That's the end of Crown of Madness. The warg had enough of his shit and turned around and ended that goblin's life. I did not expect to see that. And that gives us a great opportunity here. We're going to Healing Word our good friend Clark, and then he's going to use his turn to get away from that warg. Literally anywhere but there is where I want you to be. In fact, if I can move over here and get a toppling attack on this one that actually works, then we have advantage on the next swing from Lae'zel. There we go. That's the combination we were looking for. That's beautiful. Lae'zel's then going to crowd the other warg, hopefully stopping it from moving forward. Let's just go ahead and use our last spell slot here, Dissonant Whispers. The warg is frightened. Now, I never imagined that would work. And finish that off with a nice firebolt.
Well, hello.
Astarion, could you let that guy out? Could you let that guy out? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
What have we here?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's good. I also feel like that's how Astarion would solve that issue. Hey, friend, you okay? Clark's just gonna move up and undo those bindings first.
Me loose!
Yeah, free him. That's what I was trying to do.
Bagakabara. Those pustulant thugs. Well, get on with it. Whatever you are.
I freed you. You can be. You seem a little confused, bud.
You saved me. Now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes?
To take without need is unprincipled. You owe me nothing, gnome. Go about your way.
Nothing?
I mean, I'd rather know how you got caught. Wait, I could just leave. Nothing? Yeah, dude, nothing. See you later, friend. I believe if he lives, he'll show up in Act 3 somewhere. We'll find out. I'm gonna head south and follow the cobblestone road. Well, at least a little bit. If we hang a turn here, we can get closer to that goblin camp. That is, of course, if they will let us through. Game's auto-saving, never a good sign.
Goblins ahead.
Look it, Claw. Supper's here.
Supper?
Unless you got another reason to be here. Feck shite.
Let's try to be diplomatic, shall we? Goblins don't come by the handfuls, but by the dozens.
Sure,
Monk
Gale.
glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
I don't need my illithid power. I'm just going to talk to him. I could best all of your sentinels with my bare hands. Let me pass! Very civil. Very civil. We roll a 14 -1 +2? So you're telling me it's exactly a 15? Of course! Yes, that's Kalark for you. Get back, little goblin. Do not test me!
Down, Claw. Bad girl. She's a little overexcited. Been a busy day. Lads are celebrating.
Where are they celebrating? The noise coming from behind you, is it good or bad?
Depends who you are. We're celebrating a raid. No better time in camp than this. Get yourself a bit of fun before it dries up.
What did you guys raid?
Rip the guts out of Waukeen's rest, we did. Inns are good for gutting. Lads even captured some Duke. Worth celebrating, that is.
Oh, I did not see this dialogue last time, that's for sure. When we got to the end, I was very confused on who did that. It was literally these goblins. Well, Clark doesn't know what he's talking about. Thanks, bud. Thanks for letting us through. You guys are great. Well, if we have free passage from all of the goblins, that means we can head straight into this camp over here. And what you know, there's some pretty good items for us inside. Oh, maybe we're not getting that far, though.
Hear my voice. Obey my command.
The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others, only infinitely stronger. Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction. Then there are 3 figures before you. An armored male elf exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me. Aid their search for the weapon, and you will be worthy to stand beside them in my presence.
The visions fade and the voice falters. A strange energy swells around you. The Githyanki heirloom. Somehow you understand it's repelling the presence.
Kind of don't like how this was presented, because last I knew Shadowheart had this.
My forces gather. The reckoning draws near.
The voice is quelled. The artifact's doing.
Examine the artifact. Examine the artifact.
Whatever power the artifact possesses, it shows no sign of it now.
So not only do we know of the artifact, we have spotted it a few times on Shadowheart, but now we know it's a Githyanki artifact. Which is what my sneaking suspicion was. For arcane purposes, let's assume that Shadowheart still has it, okay? We're building towards that, don't you worry.
Sounds like they've captured themselves.
This is the Goblin Merchant right here, really.
Something jingling in your pocket.
I sure do.
Spend it.
Really, really good items here, especially if you're trying to get a throw build off the ground, because they have the returning pike. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful weapon. I'm buying from this guy, Swearsy Shoes, did I say that right? Gives us 5 feet more jump and more acrobatics. Now, this is really fun on Githyanki because they can already enhance their leap with a spell. So I envisioned Clark being able to jump around quite a lot. Then he also has the Gloves of Archery. You gain proficiency with longbows and shortbows. In addition, your ranged attacks deal an additional 2 damage. We can give that to Astarion right now and begin profiting immediately. I don't think I'm going to buy anything else, but thank you, friend. That is 228 gold well spent.
Draw Ragslin's best make as a blade in the quarry.
I saw this guy inside the Druid Grove, but we didn't talk to him there.
Come, with fragulous crown and with scepter abraid, draw Ragslin, short work of the innkeeper made. The inn burnt to ash. The captives were many. Goblin kind had reduced them to cowering filthenny. So raise it, your goblets, and drain them with pride. Draw Ragslin, the true soul, had led you glide.
He's very good at rhyming. Very, very good at rhyming. What if I feel like I, as Clark, wouldn't really criticize this guy, but let's go ahead and just say bravo.
Who's that? Friend of yours? You up to something?
Oh, certainly not. What are you doing? I'm busy here.
You lying.
To you? Never. Come, let's continue our ballad. Draw Ragslin, draw Ragslin, draw Ragslin, Tumptuous, draw Ragslin,
You broke him.
Wait, draw Ragslin, we pray, we...
Come on, pigeon. Back to your cage.
Now, look what you've done.
Come on.
Look what I've done.
Of course,
I've literally not done anything. I just stood here and watched the show.
Right, yes. Not fool.
Well, he's gonna be carted away. Let's see if we can get inside this goblin base, huh? Can I go on in?
No, go inside. Inside. Boring.
Well, I mean that. He didn't restrict me.
Bloody racket.
Hey, Gale, what's up?
Spare me a moment, if you please. I've something important to discuss with you. We've been traveling together for a while now, and it's just about time that I shared something with you.
For about an hour.
It's a rather personal matter that I'd have preferred to keep quiet, but needs must when the devil drives. I have no choice but to speak. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Uh-oh. Is it contagious? Clark says that as he's backing away.
No, nothing like that. Though if I fail to treat it, then the consequences would not be contained to me alone. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
How powerful are we talking? Your illness causes you to consume raw magic? I'm gonna need more details here, Gale.
I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It is time. And by that I mean, it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture.
That is definitely ominous. Oh, well, I'd be happy to help. Sounds like no condition I've ever heard of. I say you're just fishing for loot, Gale.
Please. I've better things to do with my time than hoodwink gullible adventurers out of their trinkets.
That was just a joke. I was just kidding.
I know that what I ask may seem unreasonable, but I promise I only make such a request because it is so incredibly important. Please, trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death.
All right, I trust you. Very well. Very well. I'll do my best to get you what you need.
As luck would have it, you're already primed to give me exactly what I need.
Are you sure? 'Cause all of that is equipped, my good man. We are using all of that.
Perhaps I'm not conveying the urgency of the situation. It's incredibly, world-shatteringly important you give me a suitable artifact. Please.
I can't spare anything at the moment, but you'll get what you need. Just give me a second. Just give me persuasion. I'm not very good at. We need a 10. We rolled a 14 minus 1. We got it. I'll work on it soon, Gale. First thing we find, it's yours.
So much
I hate for you to think me impatient or ungrateful. I shall persevere. For now.
Once the whelp starts singing,
Okay.
we'll know.
He doesn't look like he's doing too well, though. Arcane hunger. Gale's spirit is being drained. He has disadvantage on Constitution saving throws.
Oi! Ain't no party in here. We're doing the Absolute's work.
Yes, I'm here to learn more.
Business. Now.
I'm here to learn more about the Absolute.
But you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
I'm just gonna try to keep intimidating. You don't need to know my business. Get out of the way. Which literally would never work in this situation. She's a guard of this establishment. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Let me in.
Normally we stick you foreign types in the spider pit. But the Absolute says we're all making nice now. So in you go, I suppose.
Who's in charge around here?
Well now, gonna have to be more specific than that. We're drowning in true souls, here we are. You here to see Priestess Gut, Boss Ragslin, or the Drow?
Well, literally none of these. I was just asking. I'm here to see Priestess Gut.
Do you now? Might feel different once she puts a burning brand to ya. She's through the main doors. Just follow the smell of burnt goblin arse.
I like her.
Bloody racket.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to head right in. Now, there is a merchant inside of the goblin building that if they survive, you will continue to see for quite a long time. And that merchant right here is Roa Moonglow, and she has something I would very much like to have.
Jungle of coin, I hear? You've timed it well, my friend.
Already turned quite the profit today, so I'm feeling generous.
What business do you have at a goblin camp?
You joking? Goblins sell the best prisoners. Cheap, quiet, and eager to be elsewhere. Till this crowd converted and started sending their captives to Moonrise Towers, at least. No complaints, mind. I just sold enough smoke powder to cover the loss 10 times over.
Nice. What do the goblins want that smoke powder for?
Ask the drow they're all bowing to. That glint in her eye is bad news for someone. Not my concern, so long as I'm paid. Speaking of, something to trade or what?
Yeah, I hope so. Let me see your wares. She, I believe, has a staff I'm interested in. Yes, the gold wormling staff. Not only is it going to do the exact same damage as our current staff, actually we're getting a +1 onto it. It's also going to throw in some fire damage as well. So every time we swing, we're also getting another 1d4 roll. How much is that going to cost me? 700? Is that real? I don't have 700. I don't have 700 at all. All right, we're going to split up the party a little bit. Most of everyone heading back to the entrance. Meanwhile, Astarion is going to walk back over there. And we're going to try to do some thieving right here in the open. This might be a little difficult to do, but I don't know. I think I can do it. It's going to have to be quick, though, and we're going to have to use turn-based mode pretty well. So I'm going to try to put an illusion over in the corner so everyone goes to check it out, including the guards by the door. Turn-based mode just entered. I'm going to exit it because I need to sneak. Turn-based? Fuck. Okay, just short. That was close. That was close. Illusion in the corner. Sneak. Turn-based. Grab the staff, steal, success. Then, with the rest of our turn, we're gonna move over there and hope for the best. In turn, on everybody. Are they gonna find me right away? They went back. I'm gonna, move Astarion, go, and exit turn-based mode. Everybody out, we got the staff, run before they find us. Bro, that was literally perfect. We're just gonna take that and equip that on our monk. Now we're dealing 6 to 16 damage every time we swing our weapon. We are going to have to fix our money problems eventually, but hey, that was a quick solution, and I'll be quickly on my way. We're going to continue to get very, very powerful items for our characters in the next few episodes, but starting next episode, I'm going to show you guys a fight I completely missed out on in Act 1. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much for being here.